As a few people have asked, I'm doing a video on the current situation in Tanzania. Currently, these are an unfolding revolutionary process that to me seem very oblique. I'm actually having a hard time figuring out exactly what is going on. There have been several different conflicting reports on the situation. As per usual, we are dependent on the bourgeois media for information. Now this of course comes with the filtering that they do. So with that said, it is difficult to sift through opinion and fact. What I'll do is my best to give you good information. One thing I do know is clear. The regime has not fallen. It is still in power, though it is in a precarious position. When Ben Ali had left the country with his wife, the ruling class under him remains behind and still follows orders from him. A state of emergency has been declared and the military is roaming the streets, breaking up any groups of people that they find. As usual, the government is using the pretext of civil unrest, like looting, to justify the repression of self-organizing neighborhoods. The military is cracking down on those who've picked up the slack and created their own social structures to compensate for the lack of government authority. An unnamed military source told Al Jazeera that gangs of armed men are in fact Ben Ali's Mukhabarat internal security services carrying out violence in order to justify more brutal military crackdowns. However, not all is well within the Tanzanian military. There is a great division among the soldiers in the streets. One event that gave strength to the movement against Ben Ali was the regime was the refusal of soldiers to use violence against popular demonstrations. Instead, the soldiers pulled back and defended government buildings. There were pictures and videos of soldiers embracing demonstrators like brothers. We can clearly see that not the whole of the military is standing by the regime of Ben Ali. Right now, seemingly the entire bureaucratic apparatus and an unknown percentage of military forces. In terms of revolutionary possibilities, I do see the situation as promising, even if random. In the Russian Revolution of 1917, the military was highly divided between the Bolsheviks and forces loyal to the Tsar. This also happened with the 1979 Iranian Revolution. Many neighborhoods are forming local democratic structures to organize their lives and interactions, very much in the same way as the Paris Commune of 1871. The protests continue over the failing country. They have a 14% unemployment rate. Interestingly, the U.S. unemployment rate is 17.5. Inflation is wildly out of control and harming access to staple foods, while fuel and wages are being decimated. There's a great deal of police repression and censorship. The catalyst for the escalation came when a young unemployed youth set himself on fire in front of the government building following the state's seizure of his unauthorized fruit stand, his only livelihood. While the whole situation is all up in the air and no one knows what is going to happen, it is very possible that we could be seeing a revolutionary society. The spontaneous self-organization of neighborhoods is a very good start, and it looks hopeful that a revolutionary society could grow out of this situation. As Jase has previously said, let us stand in solidarity with our comrades suffering under the yoke of tyranny in the Arab world, neither bin Laden nor the US-backed regimes, but a real people's democracy.